Hi, you're listening to Mary Jane of the Digital Weed News podcast. This is the full spectrum manifesto for cannabis reform in South Africa. It's the cornerstone of the work of the Fields of Green for All, spearheaded by the DAGGA couple. We're on page 4 after the content page, and this is the foreword by the DAGGA couple. You can't get what you want unless you know what you want. This manifesto is a uniquely South African solution to the injustice that is DAGGA prohibition. It is for you, the South African DAGGA user, cultivator and trader. Together we present this to the South African government. Firstly, we must make it quite clear that we demand that the South African Police Service be ordered to respect the Constitutional Court judgment and to stop all harassment, profiling and incarceration in police holding cells of those who possess and cultivate DAGGA in private spaces. This must be made very clear by means of an unambiguous directive issued by the highest command, and must happen very soon in order for discussions about what the new laws and regulations are going to look like to proceed in good faith. We have been battling 8 government departments in court for the last 9 years, and we are not finished yet. Not once has the government stepped aside from their prohibitionist mindset to consider that they could withdraw their opposition to our case, and we could all work together to find a solution. They have fought on regardless of the overwhelming evidence in favor of a remarkable plant. In the course of our work on these regulations, we have revisited our original affidavit, where we describe the prohibition of DAGGA as unscientific and wrong, and that it constitutes a violation of our human rights. We reiterate here that we are not doing this for ourselves, merely to get off our charges. We have always driven our campaign on behalf of all citizens who use, possess, cultivate, and trade in DAGGA. Fields of Green for all. It is time for our government to listen to civil society, and if we find the new regulations to be lacking in evidence, integrity and foresight, we will continue with our constitutional court challenge, the trial of the plant. We trust that those within the South African DAGGA culture who have been persecuted for so long will see some light at the end of the tunnel when reading this. Each and every proposal, suggestion or demand has been carefully thought out to consider whether it is fair, constitutional, enforceable and sustainable. We have been very careful to guard against the new regulations equating to Prohibition 2.0, as is happening around the world, particularly in Canada. Since 2010, our experience as activists has modified this document, and the rising tide of international change has helped it along its way. By now, thousands of people in South Africa and around the world have seen the first version of this, our proposal for the legal regulation of cannabis in South Africa, the discussion document. This final draft has been compiled by Fields of Green for All and the members of the Green Network in consultation with our legal team at Schindler's Attorneys and various experts. We have consulted for the trial of the plant and for our campaign in general. However, it is not exclusive to our opinion or desires. We have also been through an extensive process of public consultation to arrive at this final draft, and we look forward to putting the final touches to this online version so that it can be printed and distributed far and wide. This is not the final solution, it's a starting point, a summary of the issues and suggested solutions. These are not Fields of Green for All solutions, they are uniquely South African solutions. Just like there has never been a trial of the plant anywhere in the world, we do not believe there have been draft regulations produced anywhere that include the majority of the population and make reparations for the harms of prohibition like these do. The manifesto is backed by the DAGGA couple petition, which will be presented to Parliament. Our petition complies with parliamentary rules, and each signature bears a valid South African ID number. It could be said that once our case challenging the constitutionality of the prohibition of cannabis in South Africa has received a favourable judgment, our job is done and cannabis prohibition is over. Well, to some extent it is, and the two of us look forward to taking more of a backseat to concentrate on our passion for cannabis culture, music and art. We look forward to the many capable members of South African civil society carrying our collective demands into the future with confidence and resilience. Together with our supporters, we present to South Africa a well-defined, well-researched and comprehensive set of scenarios that outline what we, the people who have been persecuted by unjust DAGGA laws for so long, want the new laws and regulations to look like. Thank you to everyone who has helped us along the way. Onwards, South Africa. That was from Myrtle and the late Jules Stobb, aka the DAGGA couple. And there's an insert here that says nothing about us without us. Nihil de nobis, sine nobis. The Latin for nothing without us. The Latin for nothing about us without us. It's a maxim used to communicate the idea that no policy should be decided by any representative without the full and direct participation of the members of the group or groups affected by that policy. This involves national, ethnic, disability-based or other groups that are often thought to be marginalized from political, social and economic opportunities. Now more than ever, it is really important to stand together and make the voices of people who use, cultivate and trade in cannabis in South Africa heard, loud and clear. That was the foreword by the DAGGA couple. You can listen to the next recording to get the section 1. We'll be beginning with definitions.